Hi friends, welcome back to Cooking with Shelley, Pampered Chef Style, and to my Pampered Kitchen here at the Boston Tea Bed and Breakfast in Cart, just outside of Ottawa. And it's Valentine's Day, and I have a special recipe that I'm doing today, and it involves pasta, so stay tuned to see what that's all about. But first off, we're going to get started by making the pasta. And I'm going to be using my Stan the Man mixer here, my kitchen helper. And pasta, if you've never made it yourself, it's so easy to make. Now, I've actually done a pasta course in Italy, and that was fun. It was for a monumental birthday that we were there, and we did a pasta course, and everything was done by hand, which is also very easy to do, but this is a little bit labor intensive. So I've got here some pasta flour. It's a 00 from Italy. I didn't go bring it from Italy, I bought it at Loblaws. It's a President's Choice one, but if you only have all-purpose flour, it works with that too, because I've done it by hand also with all-purpose flour. And I am going to make the half of the recipe that's called for. So I'm doing 1.5 cups of flour, and I'll talk to you more about what I'm actually doing as I go through, because I just want to get this pasta done because it needs to chill before being cooked. Okay, so I've got a half, and I'm just using my easy reed cups here, measuring cups, and then so that's the 1.5. So you don't have to kind of get down and look them up, trying to figure out what's what if you're using a different kind of measure. And I really like this one. It comes this set comes in 5 parts and a little knife to level off. Now we've got the pasta, and I've got here, or the flour, the pasta flour, and 1.5 cups, and I've got of flour. I've got 1/8 of a cup of olive oil, and this is extra virgin olive oil. Of course, it wouldn't be pasta without olive oil, right? And then I've got 2 eggs. 1, 2. If you can get, I get free range or organic eggs, and right now I usually get them from somebody in the neighborhood, but it's winter and we don't have eggs right now, or local ones. So, and this is 1/2 of a teaspoon of salt. Now this is in the bowl that goes with Stan the Man mixer, the metal bowl, and I've got on here the dough hook. Okay, so I'm just going to put this on, and I'm going to let this go. I'm putting it on the knead function, and I'm going to set it to 5 minutes. It just needs to knead for 5 minutes, and the mixer, Stan the Man, does all the work for me. So I am going to just set it for 5 and press start, and it will knead it down for me. So what it does, this mixer has all different functions, and it actually will, I've got these pieces to actually do the pasta after. We've got the roller, you've got the fettuccine cutter, and the spaghetti cutter, and this comes as separate parts, of course. I've got the dough hook on here, and this is a scraper that comes with it as well, to the paddle, and then there's also a whisk attachment. So the pasta roller and set, it actually comes with the recipe for the pasta, and it's just 4 ingredients, so you know what's in it. Could you use a dry? Of course. This though, we will actually be, if there's any left, you can dry it and store it in the fridge or in the freezer, fresh, for further future use. So the reason I'm only doing a half is because I just wanted to try this recipe with this one. I just got this today, these pieces, so I was just so happy to get them in time for this meal this evening. So I just put on knead 5 minutes, and in 5 minutes I'll be right back to let you know what is the next step. But in the meantime, I just wanted to tell you about the stand the man mixer. If you don't have a good stand mixer, this is a great one because it has a lot of the pre-programmed functions that you can go in, and it's hands-off, hands-free. So when you hit whatever function, there is a custom function which we'll be using to make the pasta. There's also a whip. You've got your cream function, and then there's the beat and the knead. So everything that you need for a mixer to do is there. It's customized for you. The only thing it doesn't do is clean the bowl, but that's an easy fix afterwards, right? So we'll be back in 5 minutes to take the next step for this pasta. Okay, so 5 minutes are up, and I just wanted to show you it didn't quite all come together. So because I needed a little bit more liquid, I guess my eggs just weren't big enough. And so I'm going to add a little bit of water, just a little bit at a time, maybe a teaspoon at a time, and just turn it back. Just like, go back to knead, and just put that in there and just let it come together. And it's just to bring the dough all together because it's already been done, all kneaded. And it's just a little bit of powder left around the bottom. So we know that for pasta, it's a bit of, it's not like a really wet dough. Just maybe 1 teaspoon there. And these little cups are great to have on hand, those prep bowls. And there, that's coming nicely together. And again, it depends on the size of your eggs. Now, the original recipe was for 3 cups of flour and 4 eggs. So if I had done the full recipe, then it probably would have been fine, but my eggs were a different size, so just get that all off into a little ball. And I know you can't really see in there all that well, so I'll just show you now. There we go. Okay, so the lever on the side. And this is what we have. We have a nice ball of dough. So now this goes in the fridge for 30 minutes, just to cool, or to chill, I should say. And then, you just wrap it in some saran wrap. Put it in the fridge, just wrap it. Just want to get every little crumb out of here. Just wrap it. And we're going to let this dough chill, relax. And we'll just do it like this. I like to form a little disc and put this in the fridge and let it chill. All right. Okay, so we'll be back to do the rest of the recipe. And just to let you know what we're doing, it's a chicken scampi. So for Valentine's Day, any date night in actually, and that's what this is all about, a date night in, because with the cost of going out these days to restaurants, I just wanted to show you that it's such a great way, such a great option to have a nice meal, romantic meal in that you can make yourself. You know the ingredients, you know that it's not a bunch of additives that you necessarily wouldn't want. I don't know about you, but going to restaurants are, it's quite an ordeal for me trying to figure out what I'm gonna get on the menu, and that corresponds with the way that I eat. And so healthy, of course. If you haven't been here before, then you know that I'm all about health and nutrition. So we're going to be doing a chicken meal. It's basically, other than the pasta, it's a one-pot meal. So I'll be right back once I clean this up to show you the rest of the meal. Okay, so we're back to do the main part of the recipe. So it's going to be chicken scampi, which is basically a flip on shrimp scampi. So same kind of idea. All right, so I've got here heated my Dutch oven. This is my enamel Dutch oven. And fun fact, not so fun, this is actually leaving the line the end of February. So if you don't have a good enamel cast iron pan, there's multiple pieces of them, and this is the Dutch oven. I also use this one to bake my sourdough bread. And there's several other pieces as well. So I have this heating up, so it's hot. And I'm going to put in a little bit of olive oil here. It's always good to have your pan heated when you put your oil in. And of course, olive oil has a low smoke point, so you don't want your heat too high. I've got mine on medium. I've got here 2 chicken breasts. Now, I'm just going to coat these in some flour that I've got here. I've got some organic all-purpose flour, and I'm just popping this in like so. I rinsed it, my organic chicken, and I've got it all ready to go here in the pan. So again, I'm just doing for 2 tonight. The recipe, which I will put the link in the description. You can find that on my website at www.pamperedchef.biz/Shelley Gosselin. And like I said, I'll put the link in below in the description. All right, so I'm just going to brown this. These pans are wonderful, these coating trays for all kinds of things. They're not just for baking, as you can see. So I'm just going to let this brown for a couple of minutes on each side. And it's not going to be cooked all the way through because it's going to finish cooking after. Now, you can bake it, but I'm doing this all on the stove top, and you'll see how easy it is. Now, for other pieces as well, I've got these casserole dishes that I'm going to be making some dessert in later. I've actually got some brownies going because, you know, got to have chocolate for Valentine's Day or a date night in, right? So I'll just move these out of the way, trying to keep things clean as I go here. All right, so next I've got some peppers. Get out my lovely chef's knife here. Got some onion, red onion and peppers, and it's just a half of an onion. I'm just doing it in slices. And you know, if you're not, I like to use red onion because I find them sweeter, but if you have just white, that's fine too. And I'm just going to do quarter because I've only got half of the recipe. And then I've got some of these mini peppers, which I'm going to include as well. And because I love veggies, then I'm going to add just some frozen vegetables. You can do some fresh if you have them on hand. I just figured I would use up some of the frozen veggies that I have. And that's always a quick and easy way to get your meal on the table quicker, faster, especially if you have somebody who just vibrates when it's mealtime, like my hubby. All right, so you can put whatever veggies you want in this. The recipe calls for 3 regular peppers. I've got these small peppers, which they're actually my little Sally there. She's going around because it's her supper time too, and she smells the chicken. So I'm just going to cut these into slices and then in half to have some nice bigger pieces. And then for the other veggies that I'm using, I've got some frozen broccoli and stir fry. So stir fry veggies, which I'll tell you what they are in just a moment. I think they're like Asian stir fry, but you know, you do whatever works for you, what you've got in your fridge or your freezer or in your fridge. And this is really a meal that you can make do with whatever you have. So I'm just going to brown the chicken. So if you want, you could, at the end, you could put it all in the oven, but I'm just browning it. And right now, I'm just going to pop these in to the pan and let them saute along with the chicken. You can, because I've got the space, and that just makes it go that much quicker. Now, have you heard about sweating the onions? Because that is something that really comes in handy to make your onions more translucent. And what you could do if you wanted to do that is just add a little bit of water to kind of make it steam. Not much, just a little bit, and you'll see what I mean here. You see the steam? This is then cooking with steam rather than a hot. Okay. I just want the chicken to get brown on each side, and it will finish cooking at the end for just a few minutes. Because this is really a quick and easy meal. Just going to do it for a minute while I'm getting my veggies ready. Put this aside. And for the veggies, I have an Asian style vegetable blend, which has beans, carrots, peas, edamame, some little baby corn, and some garlic sprouts. So, and some yellow and orange carrots. So you've got a good variety there. These kitchen shears come in handy all the time. I love my knife block and all of my pieces that go there. So, whoops. Now I am going to see, she's getting used to being home. All right, so I'm just going to pop these in here, take them out while I finish with my veggies. All right, just going to pop these in, and these have the frozens. so they will do nicely. And because I love veggies, I also have a little bit of broccoli that I have left over, frozen broccoli, so I'm going to pop that in as well. Not a whole lot, but a few pieces. Just use up those ends. All right, so now while those veggies are cooking, I'm just going to, these will only take a couple of minutes, and so I'm just going to add a couple of chunks of broccoli in there. Okay, so I've got that on medium-high. And so now I'm just going to do my sauce. And the sauce is a half a cup of broth. So you can use chicken broth, you can do a store-bought one or whatever. This is a dehydrated mix that I had, and you just add the water to it. And then we've got our butter. And I'm just looking at my recipe because it's been a while since I've done this. And so we just add all of these together. The broth, the half and half, the mix, and the butter. So I've got half a cup of half and half. Whoops. And 2 tablespoons of melted butter. And then we've got 2 tablespoons of mix. Now, it calls for scampi mix. I don't have scampi mix. I've got some Tuscan chicken mix. So that's what I'm using for this recipe. And this is Pampered Chef spices from our pantry. And these are from the monthly subscription. So every month you could get different ones along with recipes. So that's a great way to try different spices. And I'm just going to give this a little whisk. And hope that I've got enough because I didn't measure the spice. My little Sally wants to play. All right. And now I'm just going to double check again. Sorry, my baby, on this. And what would a nice meal be of chicken without a little bit of wine in there? Already there was some of the chicken parts or the chicken brown on the pan, and it's already gone. So I'm just going to deglaze it a little bit with some white wine. And I've got here our wine opener. And on the bottom of the stand is actually a foil cutter as well. So, hey baby. Which I don't use it very much, so. Just gotta pinch it together. And then, to open, just press the button. And then press the button reverse direction to get the pork out. I'm just going to deglaze it a little bit, and of course this is a nice Pinot Grigio, so I'm just going to use a little bit of this. It's not cooking wine. And of course this goes, the alcohol just cooks off. So I'm just putting in the chicken on top, and it will finish cooking with the steam from the veggies. Oh, it smells so good already. All right, and then for the broth, I'm just going to, or the sauce, I'm just gonna pour that sauce over the top. And you notice that I didn't add any salt or pepper. My butter was salted, and we'll just put the pepper on the table when it's ready. So now I'm just gonna let that cook for a couple of minutes, bring it to a boil. And it'll just be a couple of minutes, and the chicken will continue to cook. Meantime, I'm going to get out my pasta and get that cooked. All right, so I've got here my ball of pasta dough, which has been chilling for about 30 minutes. And I've got my water on, and so I'm just going to take with my bench scraper, I'm just going to divide it up into pieces. And put it through here. And so I've got my roller attachment on, and it goes on the custom one, and I've got it to the third level. See, and it just comes through, so we do this a couple of times. Feels kind of dry. Maybe I needed to knead it for a little bit longer. So this one does the work of rolling it out. I've got my water boiling because it only takes about 3 minutes to cook because it's fresh pasta. All right, so I'm going to do this a couple of times, and then I do it on level 3, and then on level 2 and level 1, and then I come back and I'm going to do the fettuccine, and we will have that cut. So rather than bore you looking at this, I'll just show you on the level 2, so how it is when it comes out from 3. Oh, we got to do it on 3 again. Ooh. I think I definitely need to practice. Alright, so that's level 3, and you just pull it out, go to level 2, you just guide it. Now I do have a hand one as well, but it just does the rolling for you. So this one with the other attachments, I get to do, it will actually cut it for me, so I don't have to cut it myself. And as it goes each pass, it gets thinner and longer. So this was a recipe for 4, and I'm making it for 2. So, and no, this is not a gluten-free recipe. So unless you have some gluten-free flour to make some gluten-free pasta. Otherwise, you can buy your gluten-free pasta, and that will work very well for this recipe as well. So a regular pasta, dried pasta that you get in the store, you need to cook it depending on how you like it. If you like it just al dente or a bit mushy, it's anywhere from 8 to 13 minutes depending on the type of pasta that you're doing. So I'm on level 1 now, so it's thinner. see how big it's getting? So I could technically just cut this right now as well. Wait for that last piece to drop out. As I said, each pass, it gets thinner and longer. Just going to let that fall down. I put my scissors away. So that's 2 passes. If it's not the thickness that you like, then you could put it through another time, which I think I might do that. Do that with my scissors. So this is my 3rd pass for another thinner pasta. And then if you want, once this is cut, you can just leave it on a baking sheet just to air dry, and you can put it in the oven or in the fridge or in the freezer. Do this one as well. So, I'm going to say that's enough for now. I'm going to do the other one too, since I've got it here. So you see this is not, I'm just going to kind of do it in a little log, and just like this, kind of a rectangle. I'm just going to put it back to 3. The first one takes the longest. And while that's doing, I'm just gonna check here. So my sauce is all ready to go. My chicken meal. And so I'm just going to do this with the other one, and I'll be right back. All right, so now we're ready to switch out, so it just pulls off very easily. And I'm going to be putting on the fettuccine side. And again, just turn it to 1. Oh, there it is. There's my card. Just want to make sure. And it's just 1. Feed it through side by side. And the water is all ready to go here. So, there we go for the fettuccine. Just feed it through. All cut up and ready to go. And I'll just put it right here in a little pile. And go to the next piece, which I should not have let fold over on itself. now it's stuck together. So note to self, don't let it float over on itself. Every time I do videos, even though I put my phone on silent, another phone rings. Alright, so this is one serving. There we go. We got it right here. Just going to pop this in the pot. And in 3 minutes, it's just some salted water. Turn it to medium, and in 3 minutes it will be all ready to plate up. Okay, so here we are with the pasta. You can see all nice fresh pasta. And just going to top it off with our chicken and the sauce. And then I'm just going to put on top of that some nice Parmesan cheese, because of course you can't have pasta without some Parmesan. And this is, oh, I should have showed you. It's really hot, so this is what it looked like. Very hot, because I didn't take out my oven mitts, of course. You get some nice red pieces in there. And some of my sauce. Just need to take a little bit of my sauce here. Now, of course, alternatively, you could put your pasta in the sauce, but I'm doing it on top. And if you want it, you could pop this in the oven to bake it for a few minutes just to brown it more, but I'm not doing that. And got my big block of Parmesan cheese here and my grater to get some freshly grated Parmesan cheese, just like they do in the Italian restaurant. Get some fresh. And we are done. Look how delicious does that look. Now, if I had some more red pepper in there, that would be much more colorful, but this is it. Date night in with your own chicken scampi with homemade pasta. How easy was that? So, if you like this, please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel, and you can get this recipe in the description below and on my website, along with any of these tools at www.pamperedchef.biz/Shelley Gosselin. And don't forget that these lovely enamel pieces are going to be gone the end of February, and they're at a discount right now. So just check my website at www.pamperedchef.biz/Shelley Gosselin. And I hope to see you again soon. Take care. Ciao for now. Remember, I'm here to help you make memories one meal at a time. Salut.